What's up, guys? Welcome back to another action-packed episode here on AC Designs Garage, and today we got something special for y'all. Our friends out at Evil Energy sent us out one of their new components. If you've watched the channel for a while, you saw we've done a video on how to make up braided lines, and we use their lines. Super easy, they work great. I plumbed the whole Suburban with their braided line. I think it's the PTFE stuff. Works great, seals up great, easy to do, and also, I've used their V-band clamps. They didn't send me those. I bought them with my own money, and they worked out great. So when they got up with me and said, hey, we want you to try this new product here, I was like, sure. If it works as good as everything else does, it should be great. So let me show you what it is. Papa Al got this gorgeous little box here. Not really, it's just a box. I opened it up, and it's a Carburetor. Got some pictures and words and stuff like that in it. Got a nice thick gasket and stuff with it. Let's see what's in here. So they make several different types. They got one that's similar to a Holly, one similar to a Quadrajet, and I chose the Edelbrock, whatever y'all want to call it. I call it Edelbrock just because I do. This is one similar to the Edelbrock, the Carter, AFB, all that stuff. But it actually has some differences. Thing looks well made. I think this is a 600 or 650, I can't remember. It looks very, very well made. This box out of the way. But one significant thing different is, I mean, it looks pretty close to the old Edelbrock. Got all your basic air fuel mixture stuff, but it actually has a cool float level in there. That's pretty cool, instead of trying to take the stuff off and guessing and all this. This is of the electric choke fashion here, but it's don't have a lot of gaudy branding all over. Just got a little lasered in Evil Energy right there. Yeah, everything looks machined nicely. Feels good. Good quality. Right there's your fuel inlet. We'll have to put our braided line set up on there. I've got the Edelbrock on the Suburban right now. But yeah, as for looks and fit and function and everything, all your little vacuum line ports, you got all that stuff here. And I'm not a carburetor guru. I can make them run fair, but I'm like not a tuning dude or nothing like that, so it ain't like I can tell you how to make this thing perform optimally. Most of the time the way I dial these things in is like the old farmers used to, and that's the way I was taught and know how to do is I run both of these screws in till they bottom out, back them out a round and a half. After you get, that's your main startup, get it running. The ones I'm talking about is the air fuel mixture screws, I guess that's what they're called. I run them until they bottom out, run them out a round and a half, and then as it's running after it's up to temperature, you run it in slowly till it changes sound, and then back them out a half round from that. Do both of them like that, and that usually does pretty good. If you got like an air fuel AFR gauge in there, you can really dial these things in, but yeah, everything looks really cool on it. So we're gonna go get this unit here swapped out real quick on the old 87 Suburban and see if we can get her running. See how she does. I got an old rebuilt one on it that I rebuilt a while back that's on it now. So we're gonna do a straight out of the box test here, and I don't know if I'm gonna hook into the kick down stuff because right now I'm in between rain showers and the Suburban's outside. So I've been trying to get this video done for a couple days and we can't because of rain. So we're gonna try to hurry up and get it on there. I wanna get it fired up and pow it a couple times and see how she idles and throttle response like that and stuff, and I'll let you know. Also, I forgot to show you what come in the little bag. It's got all your little hooky up stuff. Got your wire for your choke. I've already got some of them ran. Oh, it comes with jets. It comes with a hose clamp, piece of all thread, more jets. Check that out. This thing is ready to tune. I didn't even pay attention to that. More jets. Man, you can dial this thing in. More jets. Let's see, I ain't dragging all this stuff out, but it's got your studs that go in the intake. Let's just dump this out so you can see it better. More hose clamps, your intake studs. That's pretty cool. Most carburetors don't come with all this. Got the little ball for your throttle cable on the side. Different size one here, different length one. Man, they come ready to install, don't they? Nylock nuts, lock washers, T for vacuum lines. Man, this thing's ready to go. You ain't got to go back and buy anything else. So I'm gonna attempt. I have a 1 hour window here, so I'm gonna go get my tools and see what we can do and get them ready and see if we can get this done. Yeah, I just want to show you what it came with. They have several different options on their website. I'll put a link down below. I wasn't paid to do any of this. They just sent me this carburetor out for free. Told me to try her out, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you what we put this here carburetor on. This is my 1987 GMC Suburban Sierra Classic square body, slammed on the ground. She is low. Low. And no, this is not on air ride or any other thing. This is static dropped. Those are 15s. I'm more of an old school guy when it comes to lower, and I like static drop better. For one, you ain't got to worry about any airlines blowing off or bags rubbing holes in or anything like that. But for two, it used to be a badge of honor when I was right out of high school to see who could drive the lowest vehicle without air. I mean, anybody can drive anything that you can pump up. But yeah, I kind of into static stuff. If you don't believe that, here's my truck I've had for 25 years. It's my 1994, and yes, she looks bad. I got to get her back going and painted again. Nissan hard body. She's pretty low to the ground. So anyhow, I just wanted to show y'all that. I just like stuff low. I like to drive them low. Plus, air ride's expensive. We got a lot of work to do to this unit here. It needs one of them dashes, but the rest of it's pretty nice on the inside, especially my custom seat covers there. So let's get out here and take a gander at what we got going on. So I didn't film any of this, changing this, because it was a pain. Well, not now that I know what I'm doing, it wasn't, but I swapped it over from the old TBI and went to the carburetor. All these lines here, now that's a Holley fuel pressure regulator. You have to have that because I'm still running the factory in-tank fuel pump. So we got a 0 to 15 fuel pressure regulator, and I got it. It's running at about 5.5, 6 PSI, but all this is the good old Evil Energy PTFE. I put red on the return, red R for return. That's why I did some heat shrink on that so I know which one's what. But that stuff's really nice. I like it. Comes down, looks real clean. Did the factory air cleaner, but if you notice, it kind of goes uphill a little bit. I did that to clearance all the stuff coming in, so I just added on the base. I'll show you, like 1.5 inches or so, and just made it a little taller because I wanted to keep it factory looking. And I had to weld us a little bung under here to pick up. I just cut the one off the factory ring. It goes on the TBI and welded it on here. So we go, yeah. These magnetic things don't work too good. So anyways, I'm hoping everything's gonna bolt up nicely. Yeah, there she is, guys. Yeah, you can see under there where I kind of extended that base right there, and then I welded that tube in just to keep her factory looking. Yeah, and I know for some of you guys say that intake ain't no good, it ain't gonna run good. Listen, it was cheap. This thing don't make any horsepower anyway. And I like these. This is, I guess, more the Victor Jr. style. And it made me a little throttle return spring here set up. I just didn't want to run no big long weird looking spring, so I just made this to where it indexes off that little notch. I need to look and see if that other one's got that notch on it or not. Yeah, check out all the Evil Energy fittings. Everything runs good. They come with them little billet spacers and stuff down there. It works great. All right, let's get the throttle linkage stuff off here. And the old throttle return springs. Need to get me a bucket to put some of this stuff in. Let's find my 1/2 inch wrench here. Hope this throttle return spring setup's gonna work for it. This thing turned out pretty nice. I could have probably bought one, but when you got welders and grinders and fab tools and stuff like that, you can make your own little TIG welded custom speed hold, because it's a hot rod throttle return spring. I ain't got to drive it much, but it seems to run pretty good. I got all these brackets for this Edelbrock. I'm just wondering if they're gonna work on the Evil Energy one for the 700 R4. That one's smaller. What is that? The work blind. 7/16. Forgot I made this little adapter kit back here. There's my little adapter kit that goes back here, and makes this work. That's what I had to have. It's kind of like an extender that goes on a carburetor hole. I had to make it to make this thing work, because it didn't work too good. All right, we're gonna crack this fuel line. Just threw me a old t-shirt. Ain't no pressure on it. That's a good thing about having a fuel pressure regulator here. We can see. Ain't got no pressure on it. I really like these fits here. These things, they don't leak. They set up good. Got you, buddy. Maybe. Alright, got everything off except for that vacuum hose, and it's a pain in the buttocks. So now we're gonna stuff the old Evil Energy on there. Looky there. Put everything in here. Well, don't lose it. There we go. Get that out. That one tight. Alrighty. snug as a bug. All right, come back down here and hook this back up. I love these AN fittings. I think these are 6 AN. That's what I'm running. They actually make plastic jaws for these things that you can put in there where it really won't booger them up, but I think I got these boogered up. There we go. Got that on there. I got to get this vacuum line off of there. Throttle cable not hooking up. Let's go let her dangle. We'll just do it by hand. Little divot here. I didn't know if it, because I got it made to where the index is right there. I didn't know if it was going to work or not. Well, by golly, it does. Alright guys, I'm going to check out real quick. Like I said, vacuum booster's not hooked up or anything like that. We're just going to basically check for leaks real quick, pump it up. Everything's good here. Got throttle return spring on. Throttle cable down there out of the way. Ain't going to hurt nobody. Hopefully that don't leak. Got these two hooked up. Alright, I'm going to set y'all out here. Y'all holler if it starts to leak or something. Well, make sure you watch our pressure gauge too. But we'll see. There we go. Any leakies? She ain't got pressure yet. These things here, they got like an intermittent 15-second thing, so you gotta cut them on, cut them off till you get the air out of the line. Alright, we've cycled it several times. I think we're just going to go for a fire in the hole test here. So I don't see anything leaking. So we're just going to turn her over, see what she does. I can't hit the throttle because I ain't got none. Fire in the hole! Guys, I ain't touched nothing. I forgot to even hit the screws. I promise you that was the first hit. I have not touched any screws. That is nuts, guys. Not that I'm shocked. Their stuff's nice. That's out of the box. I didn't even touch the screws. Y'all let me forget to touch the screws. I think we may be gonna run this one here on here. Man, I mean, one hit, bam, just bam. That thing was cold too. You saw me laying all over it. I don't know, guys. That went so good, it was almost scary. I think I'm gonna have to hook everything else back up, but daggone, out of the box, straight bam, it fired up. I can't believe it. I ain't even had the Edelbrock come straight out the box and just fire up. I ain't touched the screws. I don't even know where they're at. I'm gonna let the choke kick off and stuff and get down, but that thing was plumb cold, guys. I mean, it ain't been ran in almost a week. Let's see if we can get this thing kick off. That throttle is smooth. It's crazy how smooth the actual throttle is. That thing there, I mean, it's rebuilt. I ain't knocking it because these Edelbrocks are great, but I'm a fan, guys. Anything that I can bolt on, it took me about 30 minutes out here in the hot. But you see how, I mean, it bam, it fired. I cycled it 4 or 5 times. Great fittings, there's no leaks, I ain't touched none of this. We had about almost 6 PSI. Winter, guys, 100% winter. I am shocked. I was not expecting it to be this easy. It's kind of stuff I like to happen. I don't like stuff I got to work on too much. Let's see if we can smell if it's rich or not. I don't really smell any gas. We may be able to, I'm about scared to touch it because it just works. I'm amazed, guys. I've never had anything fire up that easy. It don't smell rich. The exhaust is pumping right there. I don't know. Choke works great. I mean, bam, right off to the start. I cycled it about 5 times. Y'all saw it. I didn't pre-do anything behind the scenes. All I did behind the scenes, I tightened up the carburetor flange mounts, and that's about it. Well, I'm probably gonna switch all my stuff over the 700R4 kickdown cable adjuster brackets on it and see how she does. Don't put her in gear. Let's see how well she fired after she got a little heat in her. Yes, sir. I ain't got service engine soon. That thing don't understand why that thing ain't got no fuel injectors. TBI swap, baby. Working great. Don't nobody need no fuel injection. Alrighty. I'm impressed. I thought I was gonna be out here tuning for a while on stuff. Now, I'm not saying that she's dialed in like 100%, but daggone, guys, straight out the box. Like I said, guys, they didn't pay me to say anything. I'm not just jazzing this up. They sent me a carburetor and I threw it on straight out the box. I mean, straight, didn't do nothing to it. We bolted that unit down and fired it up. Your results may vary, but mine, so far, I'm super impressed. I'm gonna keep that new shiny thing on there. We're gonna drive her a while and we'll give you an update later on how she works. Yeah, I'm gonna get everything hooked up and then come back later to show you. I'm gonna let it cool off a hair. Cause now you can't touch it because it actually has been ran. I need to change over all my kick down cable stuff off of that one and clean that thing out, and we'll put it back up for later. I'm gonna give it a 30 minutes. New carburetor on. I've never had one do that. I'm just so amazed by it. I really shouldn't have been surprised because, like I said, guys, everything I've used of theirs is number one, and this stuff is affordable. I don't know what the pricing is going to be on the carburetor. Like I said, I'll put a link in there if y'all want to scoop one up. It'll help the channel out. And yeah, if you want some of their fittings, you see their fittings, they don't leak. They work great. Got them run down back through there. Their V-band clamps work great. I hadn't had anything yet that I was disappointed in. I don't know, guys. It comes with a bag of jets if you're in different parts of the country and stuff like that. Like I said, we need to get an AFR gauge since this thing already does have an O2 sensor in it. I'm going to get an AFR gauge put on it. We'll tune this thing in, and she'll be running like all them other things that you do the bleep blooping on. You ain't got to do it on this, guys. I mean, you see, plug it in. Ain't no learning, drive it around, learn some more. It's a turn, fire in the hole. You have to buy these separate on the old Amazon. This is for your 700 R4 stuff, you got to have it just right or you'll burn it up. That's one thing I want to make sure these brackets are going to be good for. This just gets the geometry right for everything. Make sure everything's seated up on there good. Alright, that one there's on. And I gotta put my little other thingy on here. Got a bunch of different holes. Let's see. So that in there is pretty level. So I'm gonna use, I don't use the little dadgummit. I don't use the little ball thing because I'm using the factory setup here. Yeah, valve curves is hot. So I just use an Allen with a little washer. We may have to do a little different washer, but I think I stood off enough. And then I use like a jam nut here. I got an Allen, a washer back here, a washer right here, and a jam nut. Like if you got the factory ones that just snap on, this is off the TBI. So what I do is I get that like that. I just give her a little snug air. Actually, we may move that. I'm gonna do my jam on the other side of it. I think that's the way it was anyways. I can't think. Cause I used a lock nut on the back, so I want it to swivel. So I'm gonna use this as a spacer. That's right, that's what I did. Give that put this lock nut up here so I don't lose it. Washer up here so I don't lose it. I'm gonna snug this thing down right here. Now, there, that gets it away from some of that stuff. That looks much more better. And see now, since I'm using a lock nut, a nylock, I don't have to tighten it all the way down. I can just run it down there close to it so it's got a little pivot room. Don't want it tight against it, I want it to flop a little bit. That's a little tight, I want. Alright. I'd say it's good enough. Good enough, not as dusty. Alright. Got this. Come back around here, go ahead and put that on. And I gotta loosen up this carburetor bolt back here because I gotta lift the carb up just a skosh and set this bracket on there. I try to find these brackets online, guys, on Amazon affiliate links. It don't cost you guys any extra, but it does help the channel out a wee little bit if you decide to scoop them up. But like I said, I'll just put this stuff where you can find it. I'll throw my wrench down on the ground. Luckily, it's not that far down, especially when stuff's this low. I can just reach to the ground and grab it. These washers are a pain to get off. Bet you ain't got no fingernails. Alright, don't drop it. Don't drop it. Alright. That goes under that. That goes there. That goes on there. That falls off there. It's amazing how all this stuff I made to fit exactly to that Elderbrock. It just balled right in place. I will say I think the casting job on these look a little bit better. I think they basically took a Elderbrock and improved upon it with the sight glasses and stuff. I do like that. All right, stretch my back, take a break. I don't know how good you guys can see my bracket here. But if you look right here, basically I made this bracket. It's got a notch to fit that little vein right there. See where that notch is? This hole right here is drilled and tapped for this because this bracket did not fit. It didn't come all the way over here for some reason. So I made this little bracket out of some 1/4 inch aluminum. And basically it just moves the hole from here to there. I just wanted to show you guys that in case y'all want to make y'all one. I just got a little old stubby bolt washer and a lock washer on there. And that just screws right there. It just basically moved the hole over for the bracket. I might have to get a longer stud. We'll get these last couple nuts tightened down on here. Sure we ain't got no, gotta get that yeah, got that one. Get that vacuum booster hose thingy back here tightened up. Don't want no vacuum leaks. Man, about to get my new throttle cage before long. That little clippy thing ain't gonna hold it in the bracket too good. Is to hook up the TV cable or whatever they call it. See, I got mine moved a good ways back. They say if it shifts real hard, you want to shift hard instead of not just fall in. So I moved mine back a good bit. Yeah, man, everything looks good. Look at that right there. Pretty snazzy, even if I made it myself. Ain't gonna come off there. I like a double spring just in case one were to break. Man, that is one good looking unit right there, guys. Looking snazzy. Well, now that we got everything hooked up, get the 2Ls out of the way. We'll put that in a carburetor drawer stuff. We'll throw it right here for right now. Like I said, guys, I hadn't yet found a more affordable speed parts than I've found with these guys. Like I said, I've been using their stuff for a year or so, and their AM fittings are second to none for the money. I'm thinking that one kit, all fittings and like 20 foot of hose, is like $70. I don't know. Prices change so much anymore. I just don't want to really tell you what stuff costs, because I don't want you to think I'm lying to you. Do a little adjusting on the chuck. Looks like it flooded it. So as for that, not too bad. Fired right back up after I got it washed down with gas. Yeah, we'll just loosen these screws up and rack them back a little bit to go to the lean side. And because it's still a little warm, you have to adjust that around the year. When it's cold, you want to do it the other way. It's set up in the middle. I might do that real quick. See how she does. I'm gonna cut it off, cut it back on, see what it does. Pretty good, guys. Can't complain about that. All right, we got our gasket. Super easy installation of the Evil Energy carburetor. Nice. That thing, I tell you guys, that thing runs better than old Elderbrock. Sounds good, ain't smoking. Don't smell rich. We're gonna check this. Make sure everything works under load. That's pretty good idle, I think. AC kicking on and off. Not crazy about these one chamber Flowmasters. Idles down nice. See how she starts at temperature. Last test and we'll wrap this video up, guys. Boom, bam. All right, guys, what y'all think of the old Evil Energy Carburetor? That thing it surpassed my expectations like 100%. It come out of that box, bolted on, fired right up on the first bump. I'm telling you guys, I didn't put nothing down the carburetor. I did nothing. We cycled it 3 or 4 times, got the bowls filled up, and bumped that mug off, and it fired. I was very excited because I wasn't sure, guys. I've used a lot of the non-name brand carburetors. And listen to that, it's starting to rain. I'm done. Gotta go shut the hood. Anyways, I've used some of the non-brand name carburetors before, and they've been a pain. They wouldn't work. You know, I should have had more faith in the guys over at Evil Energy, but you know what? You don't know till you know. But as for right now, I love it. Let's go ahead and look at it one more time. I'm telling you, the Lord saved us long enough. It is raining now. It just started raining. We just finished this thing up. And this was the outro. Anyway, thank you, Lord, for letting us work good. And holding your rain off, because we need it. Anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for buying the Shakemaster 4000s. I've been making them as fast as I can. And if they're out of stock on the website, they'll be back within a couple days. I just have to make them. But anyways, guys, I appreciate all the support that way. Thank you guys for watching, all the kind comments and everything. And don't forget about the people. We're still praying for the people in Texas and Western North Carolina, all the floods and stuff. And we're going to be sending some money down to Texas here shortly. And all links for donations you want to put in, that'll be in there. All Amazon links, all the links will be dropped down below for anything that we used. The Evil Energy, you'll be able to save you some money using discount codes and all that stuff. We'll put it in there. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. And remember, be kind to one another. Jesus loves you, so do we. God bless. We gone.